Okay, back to Pong. We are on, we just finished step 6. We saved our work. And we're going to go on to step 7. Game over. So we did a get started procedure to start our game. Another important piece of the game is figuring out when it's over and how to announce that it's over. So let's see here. When the score reaches 0, you lose. In the Project's Procedure tab, create a procedure that lets you know you've lost, and then reset the game for the next player. So let's see. This doesn't seem like the thing I'm not crazy about with this is it would be nice if there was a way to win. I don't see any way that you get points added. But anyway, let's go ahead. You can always make this game the way you want it, but we'll just follow along the steps anyway, just to learn all the different pieces here. Okay, so here's the procedure that they gave us here. It says to finish, announce, game over. I'm going to put my N so I don't forget. So remember, all the procedures start with 2. The name of the new procedure, the new word that you're teaching microworlds, all the instructions that you need to do. So this is the definition. This is just like in the vocabulary. Remember we said in the vocabulary there are words and definitions. This is your word, this is your definition, this section down here, and then you put an end at the end. Okay? So I want to try these out. Down here, let's announce game over. What happens? Okay, that looks good. Then so I put that in here, game over. In fact, you can cut and paste even if you want from here to here. That might be a good way to do it after you test it out. Question. Do you want to play again? Let me slide this in. Yes or no. What happens? Do you want to play again, yes or no? Yes. Okay, well, so question, let's look that one up. That's a really cool procedure. So we say question. Question needs a word or a list. So the input we gave it. If I just said question, I'd get a message. Question needs more inputs. So the inputs it needs is a word or a list. This is a list that we're giving it. So we gave it that list. It says it opens a dialog box displaying the question and an area to type the answer. So that was the dialog box we saw. Remember this. And then answer reports what was typed. So this is pretty cool. After you've written, so let's see if there's anything in answer right now. Show answer. Yeah, answer is yes, because remember we typed in a yes with the question box. So answer reports what was typed in the dialog box. If you write a very long question, only the part that fits is displayed. If you drag the dialog box to a new position while the question is being displayed, this is the position where the next question dialog box is opened. Very interesting. Okay, so now we have a command called question and a reporter called answer that reports whatever was the answer to the question. So we ask that question. Let's see. Question. Do you to play again? Yes or no? And then we check the answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare the answer to yes. So what we want to check is if answer equals yes. So if we say, let's type show answer equals yes. Let's see if answer is equal to yes. True, it is equal to yes. Okay, because when we show answer, it says yes. Notice this quote. This is really important. So usually if Microworlds does not see a quote in front of a word, it thinks it's the name of a procedure. So the way to tell it, no, I mean the word yes. I don't mean it. I'm not telling you the name of a procedure yes. I just want you to look at consider the word yes. You put a quote in front. Notice there's no quote in the back, only in the front. This is just a weirdness of logo, of the language that Microworlds uses. Okay, but you have to make sure that you put that quote in front. So when I say answer equals yes, it says that's true. It is equal to yes. If I said show answer equals no, what do you think it would report? I bet you can guess. It reports false. Okay, so it's either true or false depending on what you typed in. So what we can do is there's this procedure named if else. Okay, let's look that one up. Vocabulary, if else. So if else needs 3 inputs. Look at that. It needs the first input is either true or false. Okay, so we're going to use this answer equals no as our first input to if else. Okay. True or false. So the first input is true or false. The next input is a list to run. So if the first input is true, we'll run this list. If the first input is false, we'll run that list. So what do I mean by running a list? Well, I mean you put in a list of instructions, and your instructions can be anything. They can be, forward 50 or so I could say if else, let's say if else x core is less than 100. So this is my first input. Because this is something that can be either true or false, right? So if that's true, then I'm gonna go forward 50. So this is my list. Let's say we can make it a list of instructions: forward 50 and then right 90. I mean, well, it is a list, but we can put as many instructions in there as we want. And then if it's not true, if it's false, I'm going to go back 30 and left 100. Okay? So if this piece evaluates to true, then I'll do this. Otherwise, I'll do that. Okay? So let's I'm not sure which turtle I'm talking to at the moment. So actually, maybe if I just go to a different page here. Okay, so this way I know I'm talking to this guy. Okay, so what's his X core right now? Open backpack. So his X core is 61 right now. So if his X core is 61, X core is less than 100, that's true. Right? So since that is true, then he's going to go forward 50 and right 90. Okay, so right now, so he should go forward 50 and then turn right 90 degrees from where he's at right now. Okay, so notice he's not facing in the direction 90. He turned 90 degrees right from the direction he was facing. but he did go forward and right 90, okay? And again, he's going forward and right 90, okay? But now let's say, let's move him so that his x-core is bigger than 100. So now his x-core is 137. I'm saying if x-core is less than 100, go forward 50, right 90. Otherwise, go back 30, left 100. Well, now x-core is 137, so this piece here is going to be false. So I'm going to do this part, okay? So I should go back 30 and left 90, left 100. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So that's how if-else works. All right. So let's go back to this page, and so then we have if-else. So we're checking. So what we're checking is answer. So if this evaluates to true, so we're going to say if-else. So let's write the other if-else. If-else answer equals yes, right? So that'll be either true or false. If the answer is yes, then I'll get started. If the answer is false, I'll just tell everyone to click off. Okay, so notice that the input for everyone needs one input, and that input is a list. So I have everyone, and then I have to click off in a list, and then so this bracket is for this closing bracket is for this opening bracket. Then I need this closing bracket to match up with this one. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter. And my answer was yes, remember? Answer reported yes. So this should evaluate to true, and I should just get started again. Let's see. Hey. Okay. All right, so let me put that in here. And like I said, you can actually just copy and paste that into there. How big did I make these? Let's see. And you can also, if you want, you can also resize this text in here. I can make this all 20 if I wanted to. Or if that's too big, I could just make it all 12. Okay, so that's our finish. So let's check that. Now, to get myself, it's going to take a long time. Oh wait. How do I get finished to run? Okay, so, oh yeah. For now, let me just run it. I'm going to hit save. So now let me just run. Oh, you know what? If this ends up getting really cluttered, you can type in CC, and that clears the whole thing. So, and I'm playing, and now I'm going to go down here and say finish. Game over. Do you want to play again? So if I say yes, it should start up again. Looks like that worked. And finish, game over. Do you want to play again? If I say no, it just stops. Cool. Okay, so the next question is, when should this procedure run? So where do we want to add this procedure? Well, think about it, and it says here, when do you first know that the score equals 0? When do we change the score? We change the score when we miss, right? So that's in here, the procedure in here, when we set the score to score -1. So as soon as we make the score smaller, we can check to see if, do you want it to be an if or if else? let's make it if else score is less than 1, let's say. I like to use less than instead of equals just because I might change how much, you know, if I decide to say minus 10 each time, I want to make sure or minus 7, some weird thing, then I want to make sure that that this will eventually be true. So score minus 1, if else score minus 1, then if score is less than 1, then finish, right? Otherwise, we're going to do this set pause. Okay. So let me save that. And now, you know, to test things out, I think I'm going to start out with my score being like 3. So then when I, you know, I can lose. Okay. So I'll go down to 2. I'll go down to 1. I'm making myself lose here. See there. Oh, game over. It worked. Okay. Do we want to play again? I can say yes or no, or I can hit cancel. So I say no, it's not. Okay. So it looks like we have a way of finishing the game. It's pretty reasonable. I'm going to save this, and we'll be ready to check out step 8, which just has to do with, you know, how we might take this game further.